Hi friends, welcome to Harmony Hills Home and Garden. I'm Jenny and we're gardening here in Baltimore, Maryland, Zone 7. Today I'm just going to stick a few dahlia tubers into the ground. I just wanted to give you a quick peek at what I'm doing here in our backyard. So let's get on with the show. I've got them pre-sprouting in some pots that I put into pots 4 or 6 weeks ago or so, and now they're ready to go into the ground. Our soil temperature has warmed up enough for them here in our Zone 7 climate, so let's get them in the ground. This is going to be a real short and quick video. If you need more information about dahlias, how to grow them, how to take care of them, there are a bajillion videos out there. I recommend stuff. You can go see Jim Putnam at the HortTube channel. You can watch Erin at The Impatient Gardener. You can watch Laura at Garden Answer and any number of other YouTubers out there with lots of information about dahlias. I've got 2 dahlia tubers here in pots that I have started and pre-sprouted a few weeks ago. One of them is called Seattle and one of them is called Crazy Love. I did have 2 of each of these, but only one of each survived. So here we are. And actually this one has mushrooms growing it because the soil here is compost made out of mushroom compost. Anyway, so this is Seattle and this is Crazy Love, and the spot I'm going to put them is right here in front of this fence. This is near our limelight hydrangea, our sugar snap peas, our sweet peas, and the fairy rose that I planted recently. So I'm going to put the Seattle one kind of back toward the fence. I am going to bury a stake with it. This gets to be about 3 feet tall at maturity, and so it'll need a little bit of staking to be able to stay up tall. The other one, Crazy Love, is only 24 to 28 inches tall, and so I'm not going to plan to stake it, although later on, if I see that it needs support, I'll add some wire supports to it. And it is going to go roughly right here, kind of where that container full of biotone fertilizer is right now. So this is just my normal planting method. I'm going to dig a hole, I'm going to put biotone in it, I'm going to put the plot in and then cover it up and water it. Okay, so I've got my 2 in the ground that I started from tubers that I purchased this spring. But I also started some dahlias from seed. These seeds are called Mixed Colors Unwinds Dahlia. They're an heirloom variety. The back of the packet says that you should plant them about 10 inches apart and that they'll get to be about 24 inches tall. And it says they're going to flower in early spring. I don't believe that. Early spring is long gone. Anyway, so I have about 3 dozen of these plants that I planted from these seeds. I'm not going to fit all of them into this location, but I am going to put several of the seedlings that I started from seed into this area near the others that I just planted from tubers, and we're going to be able to keep track of them as the season progresses and see how it goes to have dahlias from seed. So let's get to it. Friends, dahlias. Yeah, actually, you know what? The last time I talked to you about dahlias, I think it was last week. I have the footage. I haven't done anything with it yet, so I think this is going to get tacked on to the end of that footage. I'm finally now getting back around to putting the rest of my dahlias into the ground. So let me share with you where I'm going to do it. I'm out here on the front corner, which, by the way, I still haven't done any cleanup yet. On this front corner, it still is a hot mess, but nature prevails and things are actually growing up and hiding all the ugly that I should have taken out. Anyway, so here we are on the front corner, and I have this bare spot right here, which for some reason, thank goodness, the lamb's ear has not yet decided to claim this area here. So I'm going to claim it for 6 of these dahlias that I started from seed, and I'll stick these in the ground here. Again, my same method as always. I'll put some biotone startle fertilizer in with them. I will water them in, and eventually they will get mulched, although I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Anyway, let me get these in the ground. All right, I've got these 6 dahlias into the ground, and I was digging around in there and I found actually a dahlia from last year. Let me show you where that is. There's the new 6 that I planted. Again, these were started from seed, and these will get about 2 feet tall and wide or so. I might have planted them a little bit close to this catmint and to the coreopsis, but oh well, they can duke it out. Anyway, back here, right here is a dahlia that returned from last year. This is a dinner plate style. I don't really remember which variety that is, but I think I'll get some stakes out here and stake it up, because if it wants to come back, then I will let it. And then also, same thing back here. There's another one right there. This is a dinner plate style of some variety or another. I don't know. And so I got to get some really strong supports on these, because if I remember right from last year, they fell over because I didn't support them well enough. So that's a job. And now I'm over here on the other side of this corner, and I found another dahlia. So I know that that one is yellow, really big dinner plate yellow one. So I will need to get some good supports on that as well. I've put 6 dahlias around the lamppost here down by the sidewalk at the street, and you'll remember that I have this Jackmanii clematis going up on here, and there are 2 echinacea right here beside the clematis roots, and so these will be a nice little annual filler this year as well. The last spot where I planted my seedling dahlias is right here in the front yard, in front of this yellow knockout rose, between the mophead cypress, the rose, and the lawn. So I just kind of planted them in a drift, kind of a curvy drift around that rose. And I'm hoping that they will do well here and provide some nice color, pops of color in the front yard. While we're on the subject of dahlias that are returning, surprisingly, here's one right here that was in here last year. It got to be about 4 feet tall last year, so I may want to move it from this location, or I may just want to clip it down so that it branches more. So that's one. And then over this way, there's another. Here in Zone 7, we're right on the border of whether or not a dahlia will stay in the ground without dying over the winter or not. So in Zone 6 and above, 6 and north, so 6, 5, 4, 3, etc., you need to pull your dahlias out of the ground over the winter, otherwise they'll die. And Zone 8 and south, 8, 9, and 10, and so on, you can leave your dahlias in the ground over the winter. And in Zone 7, it really depends on the kind of winter you have, the kind of location you've put your plants into, what kind of freezing they're getting in the winter, or what kind of protection they might have from inclement weather. So I'm surprised to see so many of mine returning. I'm happy about it, but I'm surprised. So for those that are returning this year, I will put some plant tone fertilizer on them around the basin, scratch that in and water that in, and then I'll put some supports on them, because all the dahlias that I have that are returning are the dinner plate style, and the seedlings that I have are the shorter 2 feet variety. And so I really do need to stake the taller ones. So I'll be doing that. So I think that'll bring me to the end of the dahlia video. I've got several areas in the yard where I've planted the seedlings, plus a couple of new tuberous ones that I bought, and some that are returning. So how are you doing with your dahlias? Have you got yours in the ground yet? Did you do any from seed? Tell me in the comments below what's happening in your dahlia garden. And go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, blah, 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 all the YouTube-y stuff. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful garden season, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.